What a transformation. I literally love it now. Everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we have a big mess to tackle. 3 weeks ago I went back to my uni room and packed up my whole room, brought it back here, and on that same day I had to go to my other parents' house to move house with her like the day after. So basically I left all of my stuff in my room, and I've never seen my room more of a mess than probably maybe when I was 8 years old. It is fully disgusting and I don't know where to start. I'll give you a little tour of the mess. About 60% of you who are watching this video are not subscribed, so please actually subscribe if my videos regularly pop into your recommended page and you actually watch them but you don't subscribe. Like, just subscribe. So yeah, that'd be very much appreciated. Here I've just got 2 bags that I brought from my mum's house, which I don't feel like I can unpack these until I've dealt with this. I've also got a duvet there. My desk is such a tip. Like, I just can't be productive in this space. Literally so much stuff. Food, like literally everything. And I've just realised that my camera's on low battery, and you know, my camera charger was buried in that bag there somewhere. So I think the logical place to start is to find something to wrap that duvet up in so that I can have it ready to take next year, and that means I can lay out my wheelie to get out my camera charger and my phone charger. I think this bag can be what the duvet goes in. Cushion, dressing gown. Let's see if I can get a duvet in here. Yay! So this little green light means this one's fully charged, which is brilliant. So let's have this. Okay, so I've got my mug from this morning. So I'm gonna grab myself a tea bag and some food because I'm a hungry gal. So I'm back upstairs, the mess hasn't gone. I think the best place for me to start is to get like food. So I've got tea, I've got some store cupboard food in there and more food in there and stuff. Get that put in the garage or something so that we can actually eat it. And I think that'll take away quite a lot. Also, can I just add, I'm not that student who literally shops at Waitrose. I know this is a Waitrose bag, but you know, just wanted to clear that up. Palette, and then some stationery. Some macaroni. Oh, this soap is so nice. If you guys have an ensuite next year, remember you need to buy soap. This pesto that I believe I bought in February, it's not been opened, so surely it's still fine. Oh, it lasts till September. Tea. So I've literally got noodles in my bathroom bag. What a mess. I feel like I could kind of just like keep all this dry food for next year, but it's just easier to just eat it, so my dad's just gonna buy me like my first shop next year. Well, I'm gonna need to sort this into the kitchen now, which is fab, because obviously I don't have enough tea already, do I? Taken all my food down, but it really doesn't seem to have made a difference. So I think that my next task is to get all my things that I'm definitely taking back to uni next year and just box them up and put them somewhere out of here. This is where most of my pots, pans, plates and stuff is. I just need to wrap them up better. Some walnuts. Honestly, I feel like taking big bags of things like nuts is just really silly because you just don't use them. The only ones that I probably did use up was cashew nuts, but that's for like stir fries and stuff. So something definitely you need to take to uni is batteries. I just nicked a load of batteries out of a drawer because my dad buys them in bulk from Costco. And like, you never know when you're just gonna like buy something like this that you wanna switch on or something like that. Fake ivy. If you watch my Freshers Week vlog, you'd see that I had bought a real one. But I thought I could look after it, I genuinely did, but it just died. It turns out, I think it got root rot, so I didn't know this at the time, but I was watering it. It looked like it was dying, so I was watering it more, but actually the water was just collecting at the bottom and it just destroyed the roots and it died. So honestly, like, if you've not taken care of plants before, you're not going to be able to at uni, so just buy fake ones. So I brought this big glass Pyrex dish I used this once. Like, you just don't need things like this. I don't know, like, and someone will bring one, so like the one time you want to use one, you can just borrow theirs. Tupperware, it's very useful. I use this one to store all my cheese in the fridge, so it was all in one section. I used these little ones when I had like a falafel or like a spinach ball to heat up. I'd stick this in the microwave with it in, and it's like tiny, so it was just less washing up. And bigger ones, literally so good for meals. So if you like, you know, you do a pasta sauce, enough for like 2 or maybe 3 portions, you can just stick the rest in here, then you don't have to cook for the next couple of days. Also, you definitely need some cling film because you're not going to be able to afford to buy lunch from campus every day. You're just going to have to make yourself a sandwich. If you get the beeswax one of this as well, it's much better for the environment. And also, like, if you have like an avocado or like cheese or something smelly in the fridge, this will stop it smelling as much because obviously you're sharing, so you've got to like think about the other people. But absolute no, do not bring tiny glasses. I had 2 of these, and these were my only glasses that I had last year, and then they were just shit because like they're so small, so whenever you have like a glass of water, you'd literally have to go and refill it like 3 times. So just bring pint glasses. Have your like, you know, your drinking glasses for prees, because this was just useless. I think I'm just gonna like put these downstairs. And then also, this is really extra, but take a knife sharpener, because when your knives get blunt, it'll be really hard to chop stuff up. These are literally so blunt that I shouldn't do that. An oven glove. Definitely get an oven glove. Very helpful. Don't use a tea towel. I think I'm just going to stick all this in the wash because it smells horrid. Ugh. Oh, this is my favourite mug of all time, and it actually survived first year. This wasn't my favourite mug of all time to start first year because I actually broke my favourite one. Like, I don't know, I've had it in videos, it's like the really, really big one, and it's a bit like this. I'll try and overlay a clip. But yeah, I smashed that and I wanted to cry because it was my favourite. And little bowls, I feel like you kind of only need like 1 of each bowl, because 1, it will force you to wash it up after you're done with it, and 2, like, you're only going to be like eating out of 1 at a time. The little plates as well are really useful for like your breakfast and for putting stuff in the microwave on, so I would actually recommend 2 little plates. I had 2 of these. I barely used them because like if I have a bowl this big, I just feel like it's too much. Like if I had pasta, I'd usually eat it out of one of these bowls instead of this one. Big plates, I feel like unless you know you're gonna cook, like just take 1. So when I went and got all my stuff from uni, I don't know why, but it all felt really slimy. I don't know, like, does anyone else get that? It had been in my cupboard for what, like 2-3 months, and I feel like maybe some oil had got on it that was also in the cupboard, but it just felt horrid, like cooking classroom kind of feels, and yeah, it was not nice. So I washed it all, and this all had been washed, so I was just repacking it so that I could take it back to uni. So if you watch my channel, you know that my mum's just moved house, so she dumped the ironing board, a mini barbecue on me to take to uni next year. These aren't staying in my room, so I'm gonna go put them in the garage. Literally got all my bathroom stuff in here, so I'm gonna take this now as well, and see what needs washing. I've got tea towels, shampoo, bleach, like literally everything. Also, in terms of like what I'd recommend with bathroom stuff, definitely need a bath mat because the floor, if you have an ensuite, will get really, really slippery. You also need like cloths to clean your bathroom because I had to clean mine a lot. Definitely take bleach. You drink too much one night and it ends up in the loo, you can clean the loo. Didn't actually happen to me the first year, but it's always good to have it on hand. And also an over the door hook, like, there's not going to be much storage, so you basically just need anywhere you can to like hang your towel to let it dry for your next shower. So I definitely recommend something like this. I found even more stuff from the kitchen, like I thought I was done. More Tupperware. I took a lot more than I needed. Like these really shallow Tupperwares, like I just didn't use, like they're not useful at all, like don't take them. And then the really big ones weren't useful either, like it's these medium ones for like 1 portion that you need, and these ones were really good as well. One thing that I'd recommend you don't buy until you get to uni is a toilet brush, because a lot of ensuites like provide them, so you just end up with 2 toilet brushes, and in retrospect I should just have left this unopened. I mean, it's kind of gross to use an old toilet brush, but I literally just put a load of bleach in the loo and then like bleach the toilet brush so it didn't have any germs on it. So just don't buy a toilet brush until you get to uni, because there might already be one there and then you'll have 2 to use. I'm just going to put everything that I'm going to rewash, like tea towels and stuff, in this bag, because like that just smells like uni. Uni has a smell. Like the flat just had a smell. It wasn't a bad smell, but it's like really distinct. I just don't know what it is. Oh my god, they smell like the kitchen. Ugh. It smells like, you know, the kitchen, it smells like the cooking room at school from like, you know, year 9. Oh, that's not good. It literally, ugh. The weird thing is as well, like I literally had these in my cupboard when I arrived, but a student nurse was living in our flat when we arrived, which like was not, none of us knew, so it was, we walked in and all our stuff had been moved, which is obviously fine, but like no one warned us, and we like literally walked in on this poor girl and like invaded her like house. All my tea towels were not where I'd left them, they were like folded up on top of the microwave as if they'd been being used, which bit weird, but okay. Oh, also something I definitely recommend for uni, circuit laundry is like really shit. So you can't really put powder in, and you know in like a normal washing machine you like pull out a little drawer, you put your washing powder in, you push the drawer back in, then you turn it on. There's no drawer. The washing machines at uni, and it really confused me. So you basically just like have to put in, or it's easier to put in some sort of tab like this where it's just like all in one, and then you can put a colour catcher sheet in as well. They tell you not to, but just put a colour catcher sheet in, and then you can do like all your wash in one. Like so many people did like lights and darks washes, and I was like, why? Like just use a colour catcher. Get more kitchen stuff in my Kenwood box. A load of people told me that I would never use my whizzer at uni, but I actually used it so many times, and like other people used it as well, like making pancakes, avocado, pasta sauce, soup, like honestly, I got my use out of it. The Kenwood box, nice and empty. It was literally just full of like cutlery, stuff like that, and it all felt, oh my god, it felt so slimy. I just, ugh. It's sat in there since March though. My first wash is going to be out in like 3 minutes, so I can go down and unload that. But like this, I think the best way to go ahead from now would be just to take everything out of bags and boxes. Just put it on the floor, then I can start sorting, because when I just see all the bags it's just like too much. If you've got a small student wardrobe, I'd really recommend getting one of these. It just gives you more space, like you can use the height of the wardrobe to organise stuff. If you buy the one from IKEA, I think it's like £12, which is a bit expensive, but these bits stay flat, so it actually feels like more compartments. In the wardrobe department, most unis won't provide you with hangers, so you should definitely get some hangers. I don't know if it will be going ahead next year actually, but most unis have some sort of like formal winter ball or something, so this is like one of my formal outfits in here, so definitely take one, just so you don't have to stress about it when it comes around, because people are like having to get their parents to come up and like drop them off or like post them, and like, you know, I'm not about that kind of stress. I would recommend getting some cleaning stuff, but get some cleaning stuff that actually smells really nice, because sometimes, obviously, as I said, uni halls smell a bit funny. But one of my flatmates had this one here, and it was literally so nice, so we cleaned the floors of it, and it made the kitchen smell amazing. Also, if you've got an ensuite, definitely don't forget to take toilet roll, and like if your parents do your first shop for you, make sure you just get a really big bag, because it's actually kind of expensive to get. So you girls found yet more stuff. My mum came up and she brought me 8 chopsticks and 2 Chinese bowls. Like, I just don't know why, because I literally didn't use these. I think I used these. I didn't use these at all. Please ignore the lighting in here. Like, Dad doesn't want to bleach any of his books, so he always has the curtains shut. I thought I'd give you a little tour of my spice collection, because I don't know, it's kind of useful to know what actually is useful and what's not. Bearing in mind I do like to cook, and I've got like a video on my channel. It's like 50 recipes I made at uni or something. I'll link it in the eye. Also, this needs a wash because it's got Nigella seeds at the bottom and it's just a bit gross. Okay, starting off, some vegetable stock. Would recommend. I didn't use all of this, but it's always good to have on hand for like soup, and there's only one left. And if you cook pasta and vegetable stock, that's supposed to be really nice. Turmeric, I didn't use loads of it. You've got to remember I only had 2 terms though, and some of this I didn't buy immediately at the start. If you're going to make curries or like bean burgers, I'd recommend turmeric, but if you're not that into cooking, I wouldn't bother. Ground cinnamon, I wouldn't bother really unless you're going to do like pancakes or something. I used a fair bit, but I bought this like right at the beginning. And fajita seasoning, I bought this in the last few weeks of uni, so I actually used quite a lot. And if you're going to make fajitas or you want just a mix of Spanish seasoning, I would actually recommend this. I didn't actually use this. A lot of my flat used this. Like, I didn't used to cook with too much salt, so yeah, but salt is a staple. Like, you do need salt. Chinese 5 spice, you need to get some 5 spice. Like, every time I put this in my meals, everyone's like, oh my god, Rhiannon, your food smells so good. It's literally just 5 spice. Like, if you're ever making a stir fry or anything remotely Asian, just put some of this in, and honestly it transforms it. Pepper, once again, a staple. Don't seem to have used loads of it, but yeah, definitely get some pepper. Coriander, dried coriander. I kind of hate dried coriander, but sometimes you just need it in like a soup or like something like that. But if you're not going to cook that much, just like get fresh coriander when you know you're going to use it, because dried coriander just on the same level as fresh. Dried chilli, oh my god, definitely get some like chili flakes. I used quite a lot of these. I definitely would have used this up in first year. We had a third term. Like, I just like my chili. Like, I have so much of it. I think next year I'm gonna not buy a new one. I'm just gonna use lazy chili, which you can buy in like Waitrose or Big Asda's, because the flavour is just much more intense, and like you have to add a lot of chili flakes to actually like taste anything. And I would have also used a lot more, but I actually have a chili oil, so I just have an olive oil that I've infused with dried chili seeds. So I just put it all in when I like fry my onions, and then I don't need to put chili flakes in. Paprika, I don't seem to have used a lot of paprika. Every time I made chips fresh, I always put paprika on them, and then like, you know, sometimes it's nice in a soup or on some chicken or something. I think paprika's a shout. I'd get some paprika. Dried thyme, I think I used this once. I don't think this is necessary at all. Yeah, you can, if you just want thyme, you can buy fresh thyme. Like, the amount you use it is just not worth it. Mild curry powder. I was like opposed to curry powder before uni, but honestly, it's a lot easier than buying curry paste or like doing like, you know, an actual curry mix with like, you know, yogurt and spices and lemon and stuff like that. This is just a massive time saver, to be honest. Basil. Yeah, you can't go wrong with a bit of dried basil. Obviously, it's not on the same level as like fresh basil. Like, fresh basil is unreal, and this isn't quite there, but just useful. Italian seasoning. I just go for basil, to be honest, but then some people go for Italian seasoning over basil. But I think just get one of the two, and there's oregano as well. I didn't have any oregano. I honestly don't know where this Italian seasoning came from, because like, I've got basil. Like, why am I going to buy Italian seasoning? Like, I feel like I might have accidentally stolen this off somebody else, but then I feel like nobody else went to Asda. Like, one person went to Asda, everyone else went to like Tesco and like Nisa. Ground cumin. This is like a staple for any curry, or like, you know, you can spice up a lot of meals with cumin, so I would definitely get some cumin, because a lot of recipes will require it if you're going to follow recipes and stuff like that. Sesame oil. I use sesame oil for like when I was making a stir fry. I would do my noodles, and then I'd put the sieve over like a bowl and coat it in sesame oil just so it doesn't stick, and then it gets like a nice flavour. Groundnut oil is really good for when you're like frying vegetables, like for a stir fry. White wine vinegar. I bought this for a Jamie recipe that I did, and I used it once. I don't know, it's good if you're going to be adventurous with your cooking, but like for the average student, don't bother. Oh my god, there's so much oil at the bottom. That is actually so horrid. Right, this definitely needs a wash, and I'm going to need to wash the bottom of all these spices. Also, in terms of herbs and spices, I would just buy them as and when you need them, like not all at the beginning, unless it's like obviously salt and pepper and chili and stuff, because you may not end up needing them, and you'll just have a load of spices that you're not going to use. And for storage, not necessarily just for herbs and spices, but for other stuff, Tupperware is really useful, because you can just pick it all up and move it out, and then you can clean your whole drawer. And before you buy anything, I would just ask your flatmates if they already have it, because if they do, like, you know, a whole one of these is a lot to use for one person. Like, they're probably going to be happy to share. Like, literally almost everyone used my herbs and spices all the time. Got all of this to unload and all of this to pack again. I realised that I never put in a washing up tab. So I'm starting to think it'd feel a lot less messy if I put loads of cloves in here. I've decided to procrastinate by putting my TikTok lights up here. If you saw my moving out of uni vlog, you'll know that they literally destroyed my wall. I feel so bad, like I literally should have left them in that room for like whoever lives there next, but it is what it is. So I'm not going to be sticking these up in my house next year, because I kind of want my £350 deposit back. So I'm just going to stick these above my wardrobe, and there's like a ledge, so they'll probably still stick there even though they've lost lots of their sticky residue. So I'm thinking this remote is so bad. It just doesn't do the right colour. That's cute. We're gonna keep makeup, but I was procrastinating going on my phone, so I was like, I'm probably hungry, so I've just made a Caesar salad. I've got to keep mixing it and put some more parmesan in, but yeah, looks good. Yes. So I've had my lunch, procrastinated a little bit more, and now I'm just going to finish putting clothes in this wardrobe. The room looks a lot better though, actually. I'll show you. I mean, it still looks awful, but it's actually getting there. Like, I definitely see some progress. Like, I've removed all the shopping bags and the bubble wrap and stuff, so So I've been going for like, I'd say another 2 hours. There wasn't anything particularly interesting to film, like I've literally just been sorting. But it's now currently 5:15. And I'm actually cooking dinner tonight, and I'm gonna start that I think at 6 because I had a massive lunch with that salad. It's about 6 o'clock now, and I feel like I actually have made noticeable difference since the last clip. And I've put some stuff in the holes in this thing to make it look a bit more full. I don't know, I feel like it's looking good, but I'm gonna go cook tea now. So I guess I'll have to come back to this later. So boys and girls, I'm making dinner. I'm actually making it from this TikTok that I found. So I can insert it here if you guys are interested.
Crazy delicious one pot pasta recipe that's good for your body too. First, chop and peel some garlic and then crush it. Then chop up an onion. Now chop up some mushrooms, which are a fantastic source of B vitamins. Get a handful of spinach and give it a good wash. Heat up some olive oil and then get the onions in there to sweat. Next, we're going to make our creamy sauce, which consists of 2 palmfuls of cashew nuts, about a cup of almond milk, pop it in your blending cup, and then blend until smooth. Pop this to one side, we're going to come back to it in a little bit. Next, in with the mushrooms, followed about 5 minutes later with the spinach and garlic, till it looks like this. A teaspoon of dried basil, half a stock cube, some boiling water, and then our cashew cream. Add your pasta in this funny spiraled way, as that stops it sticking together. Try to get it submerged in the liquid as quickly as you can. Bring it to a simmer, cover with a lid, and then stir every minute for about 10 minutes, as it will catch. Squeeze in some fresh lemon juice, maybe a teaspoon of chilli if you like it spicy, and then serve. Enjoy!
But yeah, I've never made it before, but all the people in the comments say it's really nice, so I've got all my ingredients here. I really hope this is nice because I'm so hungry. I don't like mushrooms, so I'm substituting them for bacon, but that's still in the fridge until I actually need it. So we are back about an hour and a half later. I made dinner, went down well, it was really nice, honestly I recommend the recipe. And Sask and my dad are watching an episode of Musketeers, so I've got an hour to do as much more of this as possible. And then me and my dad are watching Sex Education right now. So I'm going to watch an episode with him after they finish that. So I've basically got an hour to do all of this. So I've got myself a gin and Fanta because I was feeling adventurous with my mixers. And I'm just going to see how much more of this floor I can sort out. So I've got the strip lights up and they look so cool, and then the floor is practically clear. I've got a few hangers for some more clothes that I've got, a couple pillows, some bedding, and then my stuff that I brought from my mum's, but I'm basically tidy. I'll show you it all finished tomorrow when it's nice and clean and tidy, but I'm gonna hop off to bed now. So I'll see you when it's all done. So everybody, a solid 2 days later. It's been ages. I've been procrastinating so much, but it's all clean and tidy, and I've even reorganised some stuff just so that it's a bit cleaner and tidier. And some stuff in here I'd put up like I was like 16 and it was just cringe, so I've taken that down. But yeah, I'll give you a very quick tour. This bookcase is pretty much the same, just with more stuff on it, and I've got my flamingo up there until I can go back to uni. This is much more full than it was. It looks really bad actually, but some holes, like this one here, look cute. That one looks cute. The rest are a bit of a mess, but a lot of that will go back to uni, so it's just easy to not put it away too much. My wardrobe, oh, I've put strip lights up around my wardrobe, which I love. And it's not onto straight wall, it's onto some different type of wall here, so it sticks much more easily because I don't think it'll stick back on the wall. One thing that shocks me the most is how many clothes I seem to have, because I always just feel like I don't have a lot of clothes. But that's because it's split between my mum's house, my dad's house and uni. But this is basically all my clothes apart from maybe 10 things. And I actually have a lot, like a silly amount, and I've never used all the white hangers before. I've used all the white and all the ones from uni, so it seems like I've accumulated a lot of clothes while I've been at uni, so that's great. And then I put these little bins at the bottom to keep all my other stuff organised, like shoes, underwear, stuff like that. And on here there was some really cringy ugly photos, so some have been replaced, but to be fair, not that many. And my bed basically the same. I've got my aroma diffuser from UNI out, which I love, and my desk is looking clean. Well, it's not actually that clean, but it looks tidy. I'm actually going to string these lights rather than like that weird shape, because I mean half of the wall is lit up and half isn't. I'm gonna kind of just run them around the rim of the room instead, all around there. So these are the fairy lights. I think it just looks a bit cleaner, yeah. So basically that concludes the video. Like, what a transformation. I literally love it now. So I'm gonna end the video here. If you did enjoy this video and you're not subscribed, subscribe. There'll hopefully be more content coming like this, for example like when I move back to uni in September and stuff like that you'll enjoy. Oh my god, shut up. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon for a brand new video. Bye.